Hello everybody, this is medium Jane Hamilton Parker. If you're all wondering why I haven't been on here for a while, I've just beat cancer twice and I'm waiting for a tumour to be removed on the back. But I felt quite relaxed about it all because I what I called spiritual positive thinking healing and like surrendering to your thoughts and not being frightened. Now, I never knew I had it. I want to say it was skin cancer. I don't want you thinking stage 4. I went to the doctors because I was looking after my 98-year-old mother and I've got pains in my legs, which I fell down the stairs about 2 years ago. And what with looking after family Christmases and everything, I just thought, well, I need to go to the doctors. Perhaps I need physiotherapy. That because I had pulled all my hamstrings and torn them, and it took about a good 2 years for it to get better. So I really went for a checkup. A really lovely doctor said, "Jump on the couch, Jane," and and then he started moving my legs and everything. He said, "No, I just feel you need some physiotherapy." He said, "But I am a bit concerned what I see around you." And I thought, what earth is he going to say? And he said, "You've got cancer there and cancer here, skin cancer." And he said, "And I'm going to fast track you." That was on the Friday that I saw him, and on Tuesday he arranged an appointment for me to go to a general hospital and also the Royal Southampton. And the first one was the eye one because the tumour had grown right underneath by the bone. I just took it for granted. It was just cholesterol spot or that, and thought, well, as you get older, all these things come out your body, you know. And then the one on here, which I had up here. So I had to go to the dermatologist and they took photographs and everything. And they said, "Oh, don't worry, we're on this journey with you." And then they made an appointment, fast-tracked me to see a plastic surgeon and the eye surgeon. One was a beautiful Malaysian lady surgeon and an Italian surgeon. I can speak a bit of Italian. The first time I met him, I went, "Grazie mille." And he said, "Italiano, sì." And so I had to have this one cut right down to 4 inches below. And as I went into the surgery, I was aware of Moha's surgery because I'd looked it up on YouTube. And I could say, oh, this blessed thing here. Bear with me. I didn't expect to go into a big operating theatre. There's about 12 people, and there was an anaesthetist. I said I would like local because I like to know what's going on. He just gave me a very slight sedative. I was quite relaxed about the procedure because I had 100% confidence. They knew who I was. That was a spiritual person. So they put spiritual music on. And she was lovely talking it through. And she said, "Would you mind if medical students come in? There's about 12 of them and watch this procedure." I said, "Yes, that'd be okay, as long as they don't hurt me." And they laughed. Anyway, it was quite beautiful because I just felt serenity, peace, and surrounded by love. It was quite a relaxing experience, if one could say that. And I just thought, whatever's meant to be will be, and just relax about it. And then when they finished, they said, "We're going to have you in the operating theatre again in 24 hours' time. We're going to give the results. We've taken 12 layers, or taken a biopsy of it, and we've dug out most of it. And then we're going to have to suture you in 24 hours. And it was a bit, not uncomfortable, but because with all the things going on, you know, I had to have stitches that I could feel here and that. So after 24 hours, I had to go in again. Once again, they stitched it up. That was on the 16th of February this year. And then on June the 21st, I had there was a cancellation, and I had to go to the Royal Southamptons to have the top tumour removed. And once again, I went in knowing that I'm in safe hands. But this one, he explained to me, the plastic surgeon, that if they done going across, it could make the eyebrow come up a bit. And I said, well, I certainly don't want that to look like an element of surprise. And then he'd done a drawing, and they had to do like a flap. Now you've got two muscles here, so when they cut it, they had to stretch it. And I did feel the 4 injections when I was numbed up. It was a smaller operating theatre, and unfortunately I had cramp in my legs, and I had to sit upright to have this operation done. So that took 60 minutes, so different to the other one. And I think my body went into shock because it was so different from the other experience I had. And after 60 minutes I had to go out, and I was covered in blood in my hair and everything, which you got to be expected when you have operations. Anyway, I was a bit in shock with that one, because when I met Craig to take me home, all I wanted was a cup of tea and just relax. But with that one, I had to for 5 days sleep upright and that, because and then have the stitches out 7 days afterwards, because they weren't dissolving stitches. Then I had to go back again, but with this terrific heat we've had. And then I had a dressing and a square bandage, and the lovely nurse said, you're the only patient that's kept this dressing on, and that. So she said, how have you been looking after it? I said, well, on the outer side I've been massaging with good old-fashioned Vaseline. Anyway, I had those stitches removed and that, and I did look like the Frankenstein's bride and that, but it's healed up beautifully. I just got like a cross here, so I just got a little way to go, and kept massaging it and everything. And it suddenly occurred to me, it depends what frame of consciousness and mind you are when you go through these procedures, because I didn't want to tell too many people or anything. I just thought this is just like something you've got to get on with. I'm a strong woman, and just deal with it. So the one on my back, I'm on a waiting list. So I'm going to, for a little bit of recovery, go to Italy, my other property, and take the grandchildren. And then when I come back, I expect I will hear about that. So every operation is different. And there's been a lot of mediums I've noticed that have gone through a process of cancer, breast cancer, all kinds of things. So one wonders if this is a test or that. But at the moment, the sun's not my friend, so I've got to stay indoors like a bat in a cave. I can deal with that. But I think the thing is that we're so lucky to have gifted surgeons, gifted people in this country to look after us, because that operation would have cost about, 6,000. That one probably a little bit more, and on the back one probably be anything up to 15,000. So, it's quite good that we are looked after properly. So all I continued doing afterwards when I had the surgery was going to deep meditation, and just, if you like, just feeling relaxed about it. I can remember many years ago, I think it was Matthew Manning, that said that he used to visualise like little men fighting the cancer cells. Well, I didn't have to do that. I was just relaxed about it, and every day I kept thinking what a blessing it was that I was still here. I could wake up and hear the birds singing. I could lay in bed at night and hear the owls in the woods, and that. And I think I was more anxious really about Craig, really, because he was meant to look after me afterwards, and it lasted 3 days. But that's okay, he's done his best. But at the end of the day, I just feel when you have all these things that you're suddenly told, nobody likes to hear the C word, cancer. But as I say, I'm a positive person, and I just felt perhaps, these things happen, that I can put myself in that position, that other people that are going through it, that are coming here for readings, and that I can identify with them, what their journey they're on. Because most of the men that come to me for readings, some of them have had prostate cancer, or it's when it goes into the liver one worries about. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm doing all right. And as I say, the next stage is my back. Hopefully, I hear to do that. The surgeon has said it might take up on a waiting list for a year, but if I don't hear September or October, then probably I will go into the Spire hospital, private hospital, to have that done, because I'm all right, not feeling any pain or anything. It's just that I feel you're so aware of things and everything, because skin cancer, most young girls and some men, they like to get a beautiful suntan and go to a hot country, but they forget the dangers of skin cancer. So do go and put a high factor 50 of skin cancer on. I think I got mine because I like gardening and always out in the garden and snipping things and cutting things, creating things, and that. Even you can get the sun rays even when it's quite cloudy, so do be careful. And because, as the doctor said, where you're fair skinned, you can have these things. Sometimes these things lay dormant in us and they come out at a certain time, and that. But I just feel at the end of the day, spiritually, it's good to be so relaxed. And I can remember the lady surgeon said, I wish a bit more patients were like you. You were so relaxed. And it's, I said, I just saw it as beauty treatment to be really Miss Khan. And I had confidence in her, very much so. And it's like, because all the people in the operating theatre were all Indian. There was such a beautiful energy. It's like God arranged it for everybody to take me on that journey. How blessed was I? And as I say, it wasn't as bad as people think. There's worse people off in the world that got no arms and legs and go through terrific things. And but the second surgery that I had, and that, as I say, I was a bit self-conscious when I was going out with that, because it was big scar tissue and I had a lot of bruising, and I had to laugh really, because when Craig took me out for some lunch, all these women are looking at him. I said, they think you've beaten me up, Craig. You're a wife basher. And I just laughed in that. But, and I just feel deal with things with positive energy and that, because if it's somebody's time to go, it's their time to go. But I'm very, very of mindset that it's how you feel inside, how you deal with it, if you're completely relaxed. Because I've seen recently a medium that's on a platform. Obviously, she got saved, had breast cancer, which was quite frightening for her, and people were very kind bringing flowers, but she found it very difficult to deal with, which I could understand, and kept crying when she'd done a service. And I thought, well, she's still here, and that, and I think many people have their crosses to bear, and sometimes it's test in this life and everything. So I'm very, very, with gratitude, grateful that I've had such very good care, and that I'm not quite out the woods yet, but nearly. Nearly. It's just the back one, because the one at the back bleeds every now and again, and that. So I just quite relaxed about it, and that. But they've got to do a skin graft and remove it, so that one's going to take longer. But then that's resting. So I'm going to get a holiday in to my house in Altino in Italy, just to relax and enjoy it there. And as I say, I've got to get used to now to going out with sunblocks and a sun hat on. So that's okay. That's okay. But definitely, spiritually, I feel that perhaps we're given these things to not just make us strong, but to deal with other people, what they're going through, and knowing what they're going through. Because I have very many people that come to me that have been through all different stages in their life and everything, especially men. They do tend to get frightened and everything. They think the end of their life and that, but it's not necessarily so. But as I say, we're getting there. We're getting there. And the thing is, now I think just take care, of yourself and watch your diets. Not eat lots of red meat. Not processed foods because they're very suspect, shall I say. We don't want things that got all different ingredients. So eat fresh food, definitely fresh food, because everybody's different. And I do feel it's important on our blood groups what food we eat as well. I mean, I'm allergic to garlic. I can't have any garlic. I haven't been a vampiress in a past life, but it's just what an Indian lady called, oh, you're one of the onion people. So you must have come from the north of India in previous life, auntie, and you must have come from Delhi. That's what she said, from Delhi, and I thought that was quite sweet, her saying that. And I never knew that I had that, but apparently my mother has the same as well. And that because they do tend to, when you eat out, cover all the food with garlics for allergies. So it's more garlic intolerance. So I don't have an EpiPen or anything. It's just that I know because I can smell garlic, anything. But you can eat healthily anyway. But for you out there that are going through skin cancer or anything like that, I feel the best thing to deal with that is to be, I'm not saying like acceptance, but be relaxed about it and positive and that, because you know that there's people out there that are going to help you through that process and that. I mean, there's 4 stages of cancer. It's when people get stage 4 one has to worry about. But enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. That's what you got to do. And that. But I just felt I wanted to come in here because people say, we haven't seen you on your channel for a long time. Well, I'm quite busy anyway, doing readings, doing demonstration work in the theatres and everything. And I don't have a lot of time to come on here, but I've got to make time to do things and that. So, and then I have done, since I've healed with this, I have done a few readings, which my energy level was quite high, and then I could actually connect the 2 worlds, because where I had that resting period, and if you like self-love, if you like self-healing, then I could give 100%, and it's quite high, my perceptions, and so I could really be in that place, because every medium's different, how they work and everything. I mean, I don't do Zoom readings. I like the person actually in front of me, because it's so personal and you can connect, because people come all over the world and that. So the essence for me is to go to bed early, get up early, say 6 o'clock in that, and go in for a deep meditation for at least an hour to prepare yourself and everything. And I'm very, very lucky that I'm able to do that. So, and because Craig and I are very family orientated, it's nice that we can do things with friends at the weekend and family. Anyway, I want to say to all of you, don't worry about me, I'm okay. And do look after yourself, and I will come on here as much as I can, and then perhaps I will interview people about their spiritual experiences and paranormal experiences and how things have worked out for them. Okay, God be with each one of you. Look after yourself and never be afraid. God bless you all.